Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, the surge in gun violence in our country continues after a mass shooting in San Jose. The gunfire killed 8 people, and the governor's call for what he describes as common sense gun laws. Plus, what new documents reveal about a Camp Pendleton Marine accused of stealing ammo and military explosives, and why there's controversy surrounding the names of a local elementary school.
ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
This could have been a lot worse of a situation. This is a very unfortunate situation.
Gunfire erupted today at a transportation hub in San Jose, killing at least 8 people. The suspected shooter also died, making him the 9th. Law enforcement says their active shooter training prevented this shooting from being even worse, and several people are injured. Authorities identified the shooter as Sam Cassidy. Reporter Daryl Forges has the latest.
This is a horrific day for our city.
Shortly after 6:30 a.m., a gunman opened fire at a public transit maintenance yard in San Jose, California.
While the shots are still being fired, our teams with San Jose PD are entering the building.
We formed multiple tactical teams that came into the building to extricate victims out.
The shooting suspect, an employee of the Valley Transportation Authority, among those killed.
And the biggest thing we want to ensure is public safety for our community out there. And right now, public safety is assured at this point.
The shooting forcing the transit authority to shut down rail service in the city for part of the day.
A terrible tragedy, significant loss of life, which is just horrible for our VTA family.
Families and friends of employees desperate for answers, gathering at the nearby Sheriff's County office where authorities established a reunification center.
People in the organization know everyone. This is a terrible tragedy, and we will do everything we can to help people get through this.
I'm Daryl Forges reporting.
Authorities say the gunman set fire to his home before this morning's shooting. No one was inside that home when firefighters arrived. San Jose's mayor says it appears the fire was likely set as the shooter was headed to the work site. And this afternoon, Governor Gavin Newsom stopped in Santa Clara County and shared his reaction to today's mass shooting.
There's a numbness, I imagine, some of us are feeling about this, because there's a sameness to this. You know, anywhere USA. It just feels like this happens over and over and over again. Rinse and repeat.
He added that it's time to move past thoughts and prayers and past what he describes as common sense gun laws nationwide. You can follow the latest developments on the mass shooting with our ABC 10 News mobile app. We will send breaking news alerts right to your phone, and it's free in the App Store. New developments about a Camp Pendleton Marine accused of stealing ammo and keeping military explosives off base, including grenades. ABC 10 News investigative reporter Jennifer Kastner broke this story in March when several Marines were under investigation and has learned more from newly released documents.
According to new military documents, the Marine had about 12,000 rounds of ammunition and 3 grenades. The case for Camp Pendleton Marine Sergeant Gunnar Naughton is now scheduled for a general court-martial, the military's highest-level trial court, according to base officials. In charging documents just released to ABC 10 News, the 28-year-old's accused of several counts related to stealing ammo and taking explosives. He's one of at least 5 Marines who have been under investigation, according to a source with close military ties, which we first reported in March. One Marine allegedly tried to sell the ammo online, but got caught in a sting operation that was set up by federal agents, the source said. New records reveal that while on active duty at or near the base, Naughton allegedly stole approximately 840 ammo rounds and failed to safeguard ammo on one of the ranges. He's accused of obstructing justice by allegedly removing ammo from another Marine's house and telling an officer to delete his Signal and WhatsApp communications. He's also accused of having explosive materials off base in Fallbrook, including powder used for blasting. And then he allegedly tried to dump evidence into a ravine, including this long list of ammo totaling more than 12,000 rounds, along with 2 military grenades and an M83 smoke grenade.
We adamantly deny he committed any obstruction of justice.
Attorney Bethany Payton O'Brien previously told ABC 10 News she's representing a second Marine, Staff Sergeant Alexander Zoop, who was charged with obstruction of justice, although the base has not confirmed that. A third attorney told ABC 10 News in March that she's representing a third Marine who had not been charged, but that he was looking forward to resolving the allegations against him. NCIS is in charge of the investigation, but declined to offer any comment. There is still no indication that this case is related to one that ABC 10 News broke in February, when 10 pounds of C4 explosives reportedly went missing from a separate base in 29 Palms. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
A base spokesperson said that Naughton's trial was scheduled for Friday but was moved to July. But Naughton's attorney said today that a pre-trial agreement was reached and a hearing for pleas and sentencing will happen in July. And tomorrow, the San Diego International Airport will host a COVID-19 vaccination site. This is specifically for airport employees, their families, USO personnel, military, and Convention Center and Tourism Authority employees. It will be outside at Terminal 2. The county will administer Johnson & Johnson vaccines by reservation, and Pfizer vaccine will be available for walk-ups. It runs from 8:30 to 3:30. You can schedule an appointment on the state's MyTurn website. The U.S. will provide $5.5 million in emergency disaster relief for Gaza. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has been meeting with the Palestinian Authority president as well as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Secretary of State vowed to rally international support to rebuild Gaza. Nearly 250 people were killed in Gaza, and about a dozen were hurt. About a dozen were killed during the 11-day conflict. Israel's Iron Dome defense system kept the number of deaths and injuries there down. The ceasefire between Israel and militants in Hamas-run Gaza has held for almost a week now. And right now in downtown San Diego, the Palestinian Youth Movement is calling for local leaders to take action for Palestine and condemn Israel's occupation of Palestine. The U.S. is one of Israel's closest allies. In the last 20 minutes, we have learned that children's book author Eric CARLE died. He's famous for books such as The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which first came out in 1969. It's one of the best-selling children's books of all time. His family says he died on May 23rd, and he was 91 years old.
The pandemic is highlighting just how much health terms and explanations can get lost in translation due to language barriers, and in some cases, this can be deadly. Now there are a growing number of efforts to make sure that doesn't happen. Things like TranslateCovid.org, based in California, and the COVID-19 Health Literacy Project, which got its start in Boston and now has a worldwide footprint.
And what I heard from the leadership of the clinic over and over again was this issue that they were having with the lack of multilingual materials around COVID-19 that they could share with their non-English speaking patients. And they told me how that left these patients feeling lost and confused and without proper care. And that's what really propelled me to start the project.
Pooja is a Harvard med student who received support from 175 other students in the same field. Together, they offer a COVID fact sheet that can be translated into 40 different languages. Pooja says the biggest challenge is making sure the translations make sense in all languages.
You know, there's a lot of nuance with each language and with each culture and with each community. So something that's translated one way in Greek, for example, might not be translated the same way in Italian. So it's really important to us to make sure that the people doing the translation are native speakers, and then to also make sure that each of our fact sheets is reviewed by a physician who is a native speaker in that language.
Some hospitals do have language interpreters, but when there's a high volume of patients, like we've seen through the pandemic, it can be tough to get to everyone in a timely manner. But since this issue goes beyond COVID, Pooja says her team has plans to expand.
So what we're actually working on launching in the next few weeks is to transition this into a nonprofit organization that can partner with community organizations, translate their health information that they provide to us, and translate it into the languages that they request. So becoming more of a language translation and health literacy service, as opposed to one that's just focused on COVID-19 and is a one-off effort.
In the meantime, you can find their fact sheets online, and they are free to download. Snapchat is the latest app the White House is using to encourage vaccinations. That starts the news feed. The platform just launched an augmented reality lens. It mimics phone calls with top officials like the president and Dr. Fauci. In it, they talk about why it's important to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Researchers from Washington University say COVID antibodies could last a lifetime. They found that people who recovered from COVID months ago still had immune cells making antibodies. People that experience that lasting protection are unlikely to ever get the virus again. And there are more calls to cancel the Tokyo Olympics. A Japanese newspaper that partnered with the Games is asking the Prime Minister to reassess the situation. Olympic organizers have been under pressure for weeks now to call the Games off. We'll keep you posted.